So before Abraham ever had anything to show for himself, before there were the results to measure, the good things that he had done, the places where he was obedient, or the bad things, those times, because he messed up pretty good, didn't he? Right? Before any of that stuff, he had to trust God. And that trust, not his performance, is what God counts as righteousness. Think about how that begins to shift in your own thinking about God and self, in your own relationship, in your own spiritual walk and growth. How does that begin to change the way you think about discipleship, about growing into become more like Jesus every day? How does that change? Does it then take the idea from reading my Bible every day and being kind to others and giving to those in need, or whatever those things are, even the spiritual disciplines, meditation and prayer and scripture reading and study, all of these things, does it change it from I've got to do enough to if I do these things, I'm walking in the way of God, in the way that He created me to? See, it shifts our understanding. Paul, here in Romans 4, opens up with this question that I think it would have stopped these Jewish listeners in their tracks. He points to Abraham, the founder and father of their faith, and he asks, what did Abraham actually discover about being made right with God? Because remember, for them, it's the law, it's doing, it's making sure that I do all of the right things. And in doing the right things, then hopefully, maybe, possibly, God will count me as righteous. And if anybody could have claimed that perfect scorecard, it would have been Abraham. If righteousness were earned, he would have had something to boast about. He could have pointed to his obedience, to legacy, to sacrifice, to faithfulness. But Paul says, yeah, that's not how God works. He says, Abraham believed God, and God counted him as righteous because of his faith. That word, counted, here matters. It makes a difference. It's actually an accounting term. It belongs to ledgers. It belongs to those scoreboards that we're talking about. And Paul is saying that the righteousness that is credited to Abraham is not because of what he did, but because of who he trusted. It comes down to that lived out relationship with the Father. Abraham did not bring God a list of accomplishments. He brought him himself and his belief.